to call. We will keep an eye on that. Same story in Wisconsin, the Senate race. Ron Johnson trying to hold on. Mandela Barnes, the challenger there, too early to call.
We'll continue with the theme, too early to call in Colorado. Right now, the Senate race there, Michael Bennet, the Democrat, over Joe O'Dea. In Iowa Senate, too early to call. Chuck Grassley against the Democrat Michael Franken.
Let's go to Kansas, and we can project that Jerry Moran will return to the United States Senate. There's a big governor's race going on there in Kansas. We don't have any results there yet to report. And in Louisiana, too early to call. They've got the 50% rule here, so we'll keep an eye on that one. John Kennedy trying to hang on to his Senate seat.
In the New York Senate race, NBC projects that Chuck Schumer, the majority leader, will retain his seat. And let's look at North Dakota numbers. Too early to call out of North Dakota.
South Dakota, we do have a projected winner. Senator John Thune returns to office. And let's see where we stack up in the Senate at this hour. It's a 50-50 split. And right now we can report Democrats have 38 seats. Republicans have 39. We'll continue to keep our eye on the big picture there.
Let's move over to the governor's races now. Starting in Arizona, too early to call. That hard-fought race between Democrat Katie Hobbs and Carrie Lake, the former news anchor. In Kansas, too early to call, but you can see the Democratic incumbent way out in front right now. Michigan's governor's race, too early to call.
Wisconsin governor's race, too early to call right now. Tony Evers, the incumbent, up against Tim Michels. In Colorado, it's too early as well. Jared Polis looking for another term against Heidi Ganahl. And we'll go to Minnesota. Oh, governor of Iowa, sorry. Kim Reynolds, too early to call. She's the incumbent there.
And Minnesota, too early to call that race between incumbent Tim Walz, Democrat, and Scott Jensen. And we're looking at the Nebraska, too early to call. This is, Nebraska governor's race. Carol Blood, the Democrat, versus Jim Pillen, too early to call in that race. New Mexico governor, also too early to call.
Let's go to New York. This is a race that tightened up in the late stages. We'll see. It's too early to call right now whether Kathy Hochul can get her first full term as governor. In South Dakota, the governor's race, too early to call, but Kristi Noem, that's become the national Republican, some talk about her as a potential presidential candidate. She is leading at this hour. In Texas, it is too early to call, but Greg Abbott is leading at this hour, looking to get another term there.
In the Wyoming governor's race, too early to call. Mark Gordon, the Republican incumbent, right now in front. Rhode Island governor, it's projected winner Daniel McKee, the Democratic incumbent, will win another term. And the Vermont governor's race, Phil Scott, the Republican, the projected winner over Brenda Siegel, he handedly defeats her.
Okay, so we have talked a lot about some of the issues driving this